What's up, Taurus gang? It's your girl Zim here with Conjuring Queendom Tarot. Thank you for tapping in with me and my channel. If you are new, welcome. Everybody's new. This is actually my first monthly video. I decided to do Taurus gang because I myself am a Taurus. Next will be the air signs, starting with Aquarius, my moon and my rising sign. I'm really excited to get these out, especially for the astrological new year. If you know anything about the astrological new year, you know Aries starts a brand new year for us. We get to tap in with Mother Nature and experience all of the newness, all of the growth. Things are springing up, popping up, so it's lit. I already shuffled up and pulled our cards just to kind of get a feel of how long these videos will be. Bottom of the deck, you have the Fool. So Taurus, I know for us, we are definitely a sign that will kind of do what we want to do, and we will find a way to justify whatever it is we need to justify. We will come up with any rhyme, reason, or excuse as to why we are right. Most of the time we are. Don't worry about it. But this is also letting us know, yes, have that childlike, passionate fun. Also be aware of kind of what you're getting yourself into. Make sure you're not tapping into or dealing with, inviting things in that are problematic, whether you mean to or not. Pardon me. Just kind of watch yourself. Don't go walking off of that cliff. Pay attention, but also embrace everything with passion. Have fun. Try to look at things through a new set of eyes. We're definitely, again, we're coming into a new year, so we might as well embrace that energy, right? So I decided to do a 5-card elemental spread. What that means is you will have a card for every element, and then you will have a spirit card. Our spirit card, we got the Queen of Wands. So I love this card. She has her cat. You can tell she is a no-nonsense queen. I love that. This card is basically letting us know we need to tap in not only with our fire and our desire, but how we go about protecting the queendom. How is it that we're resonating with the energy of, hey, not here, not that, not right now. And a little bit deeper into that, how are we also calling in our allies to do that with us? We cannot protect the queendom on our own. We need an entire court to help us do that. With the Queen of Wands energy, it's basically saying, how can we rule with a firm fist and also a soft, graceful hand, right? We are definitely a sign that is pretty much gentle until provoked. Once provoked, it's a wrap. I don't blame us. It's who we are. It's how we get down. This is basically just letting us know we're definitely in a time where gentleness and power is needed. A lot of people mistake power for control. Power is not control. Power is the ability to rule from a place that people, can respect. It's not about invoking fear. It's not about making people do what you say. It's more about people respecting you enough to follow your lead. So with that said, Spirit is definitely asking us, how are we protecting ourselves? How are we protecting the queendom? How are we going about protecting those around us? Especially during this time right now, this crazy ass virus going around and all of that. How are we protecting our allies, especially our elders? How are we making sure that the babies are safe during this time? Are we protecting them, and are we protecting ourselves? So that is our spirit message. And then in the element of water, we actually have an earth sign. 9 of Pentacles. So this is basically saying, we've been going through a lot of emotional growth. We've been reaping a lot of emotional information. This card, especially the 9 of Pentacles, talks about all about harvesting, right? Bringing in all of the good things. What are you bringing in? What did you sow that now you are bringing in? For me, recently, I've had to quit. I'm from Denver. We are one of the weed capitals in the nation. So, I had to recently give up smoking weed in order to get better in tune with my emotional body. That was a request that Spirit asked of me. I will definitely say that I was a person who, was coping and, or by smoking a blunt, chilling, smoking, socializing. And not that that's a negative thing for me, and not that I don't intend to continue to do so when and if Spirit allows. But that's definitely just to say, this is definitely a time to get more in tune with your emotional body. Focus on the information that you've been downloading through your emotions, and what are you, cultivating emotionally? Have you been bringing in a lot of positive, fruitful things emotionally? Are you harboring depression, guilt, or anger? How are you managing those things? What are you doing to kind of bring these things into balance? This is also a card that talks about, for me, pentacles, coins. This is basically saying, how do you feel about your work? Are you feeling valued? Are you feeling appreciated? And if not, why? If you want to kind of receive a little bit more of that balance, then, are you doing so in a way that makes sense? Have you been really putting in the work to bring in things like raises, things like promotions? Have you really been doing those things? And if not, take a look at that. And if you have, really get clear about what it is you bring to the table. Because you cannot ask somebody for something if you are unsure of your own value and worth, especially emotionally. We all kind of find ourselves in places that we struggle emotionally, tapping into what our value is. You are valuable, you are loved, you are worth it, and you are worthy. So make sure that you have a checklist of all the things that you have to offer, and try to get very clear about your value, especially things like, there are soft skills that are way more important than people's technical skills or hard skills, right? I'm able to sense and pick up on energies in the environment, which makes me an excellent, person to kind of come to and kind of equalize my workplace. You know what I mean? A lot of people, whether, I want them to or not, they love telling me all their business. They love coming to me when, shit hits the fan, because I'm cool and I'm able to handle those situations. So what are the things that you are bringing to the table that are of value? And then with your emotional life, what are you reaping? Are you reaping things that are beneficial for you emotionally? Again, emotions are information that we use, that we process in order to kind of move and make sense of the world around us. Helps us to go with the flow, right? Water and earth are very suitable elements together. So this is a good sign for me. This lets me know that you've been pretty grounded, you've held space for yourself, or you either need to be more grounded and need to hold space for yourself right now. So the next card out in the earth element, we actually have Queen of Swords. So we've got two queens on the board. If you look here, actually, at this card, she's got a bird above her and a bird on her throne. She's also got a butterfly. All of these creatures fly. All of these creatures have an elevated perspective. They're able to look at things from a bird's eye view, right? They're able to take in information a lot better than we can when we're so, right here. Sometimes the best thing to do is to step back so that you have a wider scope, so that you have a broader range of vision. It's really hard to kind of, when you're looking at something like this, to really see the full picture. Queen of Swords in itself lets me know you're cutting off a lot of things in the physical. Cutting off, it could be relationships, it could be jobs. With everything going on right now, people are losing jobs and having to come up with new ways of being and thinking and existing. Don't go cutting things off prematurely. Do not go, and quit a job before you have another one lined up. Do not make moves and just be out here cutting things before you have all of the information. You really need to focus on a bigger picture, right? Don't get so close to a thing that you're unable to see, everything else that makes that thing up. If you focus on all of the details of a thing and you're not stepping back just to see, okay, yeah, that's beautiful up close, all that, but step back, step out of it, then what do you see? Then you're able to make a better decision on what to cut, when, who, and why. Don't be out here, again, just cutting shit off for the fun of it. Not to say that when you notice things need to be cut off, take time, ponder over it. No, if you know some shit needs to get cut off, immediately do so. But do so with the why in mind so that you don't have to double back and question yourself later, okay? These things in the physical, again, these could be jobs, people, relationships, anything you can see, touch, anything that is in the 3D realm. Your soul is asking you to, yes, cut shit out that needs to be cut out, but please understand why you're doing it. Please understand the best way to go about it. Don't be out here burning down bridges and saying, no, hey, fuck you, I'm out, if you don't really have a clear understanding yourself as to why, because you might regret it later. This is also a card, if you see, she's looking forward with her hand out and her sword up. So it's almost like, listen, whatever you're here to bring me, be mindful of what you're bringing. Be mindful of what energy it is. Be mindful of how you're speaking to me. Be mindful of what you're trying to eat and set on my table, or it's going down. You know what I mean? Use your sword of truth to help you discern where you are in this process of cutting things out. If it's habits, if it's patterns, if you know you have some fucked up cycles in your life and you're really trying to cut that shit off, do so. But understand why, so that you don't go back to those patterns. All right, so up here, we've got the air element. This is all about how we think. This is all about how we communicate. This lets me know, again, it's very much so in line with Earth. Okay, so air and Earth are in alignment. You're cutting things out, right? You're ending things. And so is the cosmos. The cosmos is really helping you to bring a close to a lot of karmic cycles, patterns, behaviors that no longer serve. Let karma do its job. Don't be trying to stand in the way of what karma is trying to tell you or get you to do, because you will end up regretting it, and you're gonna end. It's gonna end regardless. So again, just having a clear understanding as to what it is these cycles are, what it is you want to cut off and end, and why, that is going to be the most beneficial. Because if you're not learning through these processes, if you're not really taking in this information in the way that you need to be, baby, you're going to be doing it all over again. You will start right back here. Okay? This is basically going in from one thing to the next. It's from, if you think about death, dying, and birth and rebirth, right? These are things that happen continuously, every day to everyone. You die as one person one day. You go from being in a relationship, that relationship ends, you die as that version of yourself, and now you moved in and you are birthed into a new version of, singlehood, having, a different perspective on relationships, a better version of yourself. You are more clear about who you are. When people pass away, they're going to an ascended realm. They get the opportunity to ascend to a higher place than what we are here in these physical forms. Don't sleep on the death and rebirth of things, the ending and the beginning simultaneously of things, because it doesn't feel comfortable in the moment. Grieve, mourn, do the things you got to do for the things you're cutting away, and look forward to the rebirth of a better version of yourself. The cosmos is here to support you. Especially, you've got the same thing going on in the earth element. So whatever you've been thinking, it probably is time to make that happen in the physical. With our last card out, earth element, we've got justice. Ain't she cute? And would you look what justice has in her hand? Another sword, right? So as we're cutting things out, do so with fairness. Try to look at things from, a perspective that isn't just one-sided. It's not a perspective that is yours alone. Try to take in as much information from as many people or things as possible. Again, you don't want to just go cutting shit off just because it sounds good. Really make a conscious effort to, this is hookah. I ain't smoking weed, so mind y'all business, okay? Really make a conscious effort to understand that this justice card reflects not only things that we perceive as fair, but how have we been unfair in situations also. So before you're like, you know what, she done pissed me off, he ain't shit, I'm finna cut this whole shit off. Okay, why were you and what were you doing to participate in that? And is it fair to just cut them off, knowing good and damn well you had or played a part in this, whatever it is that you feel you need to cut off? And also, swords are the honest truth. It's how we communicate. So watch your tongue. Don't be sharp, unnecessarily. And when people come out their face to you, I'm a fire Mercury, so I'm real good at, I will flame you with no hesitation and no problem. Also, really consider trying to rule, again, firm fist and grace as well. Use your allies. Trust the scales. Understand that if you go out there and you're cutting shit off and telling people, hey, somebody one day is going to meet and greet you with that exact same energy when you make a mistake. So try to give yourself a fair balance of forgiveness and knowing when enough is enough. You do not have to accept and tolerate shit that does not serve you. You also do not have to be out here, tongue lashing people for the fun of it. It's not a good look, and karma is watching. Okay? So don't be reckless with your mouth. Don't be out here tearing people down just to do it. Do it with fair intentions. Do it the right way. With all of these things on the board, this lets me know as we're burning bridges, things, as we're cutting shit out of our life, do so with compassion. Let people come in and love you afterward. If you're going through a hard breakup, if you're going through a separation from, a partner, or if you're leaving a job, you were forced out of a job, allow people to come in and love you the best way that they can. Don't be sharp and snappy with people who are trying to help you and who are trying to love you. Let them. Also, again, try to find balance in your workspace. If you do want that raise, that promotion, what are you doing to deserve it? And when it comes to this Queen of Swords, again, what are you looking forward to after you've cut the shit out? What is her hand out for? What do you want when you cut the things that you need to cut? Get really clear about that. Your karma is directly affected, your justice is directly affected by your karmic cycles and patterns. What have you been putting out into the universe? Have you been trash? Are you expecting to receive a handful of trash? You know what I mean? Have you been putting out, grace? Have you been putting out forgiveness? Have you been putting out tolerance? Are you going to need that one day? So, now again is the time to protect our elders, protect ourselves, protect our babies. It doesn't matter if they're yours. I am a strong believer in tribe children. You know what I mean? Check in on a mom. If you're not one, check in on your own mom. Check in with your elders. Check in with, your baby cousins. And, make sure that they're good. Make sure that they're protected. You don't know how many families have babies who do not feel safe, even with their own parents, who don't have people to talk to. Okay? There were plenty of times in my childhood where I felt that way. Granted or not, the children get scared. Elders get scared. You know what I mean? So check in. Make sure that they're good. Make sure that you're good. One day you will be in that position again. So be very aware. Be mindful of how you're moving in the world and how you're existing and how you're treating the people around you. Cut the shit off that needs to be cut off. Again, don't go jumping off of cliffs that you don't have to for no damn reason. If you're gonna burn a bridge, again, like the saying goes, use the light to light your way. Use the fire to light your way. If that bridge is burnt and it needs to be, cool. But don't go back for the ashes after you just were like, fuck you and all that. But actually, I'm sorry. Some people are not gonna receive that. Okay? So be mindful. Trust that, the world card, everything that you're taking in, make sure, again, because the world card is also, it signifies the world around us. What are you receiving? What are you allowing the world to have access to? Do not let the world penetrate you so deeply that it shifts your vision of yourself, that it shifts the way that you would communicate with people. Don't let the things that are going on in the world scare you and make you live in a place of fear and doubt. Make sure that you're moving from a place of strength right now. And really be mindful, take care of yourself. I know that earlier in the week as a Taurus, I got the jealousy card, not necessarily in reference to me being jealous, but it was a reminder of how often the world is allowed to access our energies and to penetrate so deeply that we end up being like, damn, I don't know what the hell to do. I don't know what's going on. I'm on Instagram, her ass is fat, mine is not. What do I do? You know what I mean? If you need to find justice and balance, you know, balancing those scales, make sure that you're eating right. Make sure you're hitting the gym. Make sure you're taking time to meditate and to take care of your spiritual body as well. You know, don't just be out here stalking these girls on Instagram, getting down on yourself without also balancing, being like, you know, damn, I look good today. Hair's popping, makeup's cute, you know, all right, I've been squatting a little bit. You know, make sure that you're loving on yourself, allowing other people to love you, especially during these big cyclical changes, okay? Taurus gang, it's been real. We did about 20 minutes in this video. Let me know in the comments below, do you want longer videos? Do you want me to go more in depth? Do you want a different spread? How do you know, do you want cards to clarify? What do you like? Tell me what it is you're looking for so I can better facilitate your healing, kind of be a better part of your process. I'm here for you, so you just let me know what it is you need, what it is you want. Thank you so much for joining me. Please, if you love this video, like, share, subscribe, as the YouTubers say. And, you know, if not, it's 1,000,000,001 readers out there, boo. If I ain't for you, that's okay. You know, or check out a different video, for your, you know, moon, Venus, rising sign, hell, your Mercury, whatever feels good. If you're watching for a partner or a loved one, try to take into consideration, you know, this is a privilege to be able to kind of tap into their energy without them either knowing, or, you know, it's a little bit more information for you. So just be respectful of that and have a great week. Stay well, stay positive, stay healthy, wash your hands, cover your coughs like this. Okay, I'm so sick of, no, this. Thank you. Thank you, Taurus gang. I love you all, my fellow bulls, and I will see you next month. Actually, tap in with me. I plan to also do a collective reading for the astrological new year, which I'm so looking forward to. Blessings to your Aries season, and soon on to our season, baby. The run of the bulls is almost here.